And we have Nefer Pitou of the Royal Guard. There were some comments that came out before the Royal Guard, and they were like, "Oh my God, if I, learn this Nena stuff, I'll be the king." And then Neferpito was born, and then they were like, he put an end to that shit, or she put an end to that shit, right? Neferpito was like, had them all shook. They were all like, and she's like, "I'm the Royal Guard, and the king will be born soon, so we gotta make sure everything's, up to par for him." And then when the King Mountain was born, he was like there protecting him, you know by his side, being the Dick Watcher, guardian or whatever, right? He also killed Kite, or she killed Kite, right? Ran up on Kite, took his arm. Then she had a necromancy ability. She could bring his body back to life, and she could control the dead body of this guy, Kite, right? She also had medical skills. She was trying to save Kumugi. She had, got injured to the point where she was like close to death. She was trying to save her life, for Marilyn. Marilyn wanted her to do that. Um, she was doing that. She also, tried to see what was up with, Netero, and got slapped away. Um, she then tried to fight against Gon. She was like, he was like, "Well, I can't bring Kite back to life. I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to kill you." And then Go was like, "Oh, so you want to kill me now? Even though you said you would help me out after, you were done with treating that girl. So you lied to me." So Gon, went the fuck off, and we understand what happened to Nefertito. But Nefertito, this is the crazy thing about Nefertito. She was still able to move after, she got her, basically her head was gone. Her body was still moving. I think they call that post-mortem then, right? And the body was still moving, and she was able to, still take an arm off of Gon. She's definitely the most powerful of the Royal Guard members, right? So, how strong is Nefertito? 95 for the strength, 96 for the speed, 94 for the durability, 95 for the endurance, 92 for the intelligence, 89 for the experience, 96 for the post skills, 95 for the range skills, 94 for the recoup, and then a 95 for the hack. So overall power score for this girl is a 94%. Be cool, call in the corner. Let me know what you think about Nefertito in the comments.